everyone, hope you guys had a beautiful weekend and are feeling recharged and well rested for the next week ahead. So for this week's card reading, we also have a full moon on Tuesday. So I pulled with the intention of how can we make the most of this week, in particular with these energies of the full moon. What do we need to know about this full moon? What are the energies of this full moon? And how can we just really be on top of our game with this week in consideration with the full moon, because full moons usually bring a quite intense energy. And for this week, I was going to use the one card from my Egypt deck, another from the Liquid Crystal Oracle, but when I went to pull from the Egypt deck, I was taking a different direction. Spirit was like, no, just pull two from Way of Cartouche, and I just went with it. So the two cards that I pulled, the first one was Osiris. The other one, Sirius. So I'll talk a little bit more about what I know about these energies, but let's just jump into the channeled message and see what comes through. We are here to serve, and we love to serve all of you. This week, you have a full moon, the energy of which you all have probably been feeling for quite some time. This full moon aligns you with your best self. This full moon takes that which you are ready to let go of. This full moon creates an opening for you to step through if you are ready, if you are wanting to go there. And by there we mean, are you ready to be aligned with the version of yourself that is reaching their full potential? Are you ready to shed those influences and that dense energy has been holding on to you like shackles. Shackles that you have been dragging behind you. Shackles that have felt like a force of inertia for which that you have been trying to overcome for so long. It is time now, if you're ready, if you'd like to release yourself from those shackles, to be free of what weighs you down, to be free of discordant, heavy, dense energy. To step into the person that you wanted to be when you chose to incarnate here. There is an opening that will make it easier for you to align with this version of yourself, if that is what you'd like to do. This week, we'd like you to take note of your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, to check in. Are you feeling the way that you'd like to feel? Are you vibrating the way you'd prefer to vibrate? When you become aware, when you check in with yourself, that is where there is opportunity to shift. Opportunity to consciously create your reality. The energy of Osiris steps forward as a symbol of stability, solidity, like a tree rooted into the earth, as the roots stretch downward in connection with your earth, providing that stable base. The branches stretch outward and upward, taking in the cosmic energies. There is a balance. There is an association of Osiris with the elements. And as this one well knows, it is important that you honor the elements, that you honor the earth, the fire, the air, the water. For these elements uphold your reality and bring form to your reality. On the note of the Sirius card, this star, as many of you know, is intimately in relation to your own star, to your solar system, and thus to you as humans living on Earth. The energies of Sirius are heightened this week. those of you who feel a connection to this star system, and even those who don't, for you soon will. We ask that you open up this week. Open up to receive the energies coming from this beautiful star system. Because the beings of the Sirius star system are sending you high frequency energy this week. The Sirians love and adore who it is that you are. The Sirians have great care for you, and they want you to succeed. They are so grateful and excited for all opportunities they have to work more intimately with you. The Sirians can open pathways of creation. The Sirians are wanting to open pathways for your creations. This week, as you are setting your full moon intentions, call upon the Sirians. Call upon them to assist you in creating your preferred reality, in aligning with your preferred reality. Take time to sit and receive, to open up and receive these magnificent energies coming through to you this week from the Sirians. The Sirians have been with you throughout your human history. They love you. They care for you. They want you to know them. They want to have a closer, more intimate relationship with all of you. We suggest that if this is something that you are interested in, that you ask so that you can receive. That you ask the Sirians to connect with you, to work with you, to create with you. For they are ready and willing. It is only up to you and your choice if you'd like to connect, if you would like to join them or have them join you in a beautiful co-creation. Create, expand, and expect to receive this week. And you will. Okay, so this week we are being called to work with the energies of Osiris and Sirius. Now, Osiris in the Egyptian pantheon, with that archetypal energy, is usually regarded as a father figure, a ruler, but a kind ruler, a gentle and firm ruler, one who is wise, connected to spirit, representing light and truth. But this week we're really being called to work with the more grounded aspects Osiris is represented by a tree with the 4 bars representing the 4 elementals. So I'm taking this to mean, with our intentions this week, particularly with the full moon, I think we will have a lot of success if we focus our intentions and our energies towards manifesting things that will bring us a semblance of stability, a semblance of security. The tree representing that stability, that firm rootedness in the ground, the stability of a tree that bends with the wind rather than breaks. So for this week, really work on the energies of stability, get grounded, connect to the earth, get your feet in some dirt, honor the elementals, chant the name of the elementals. If you don't have a good connection with the elementals, I definitely recommend establishing one. The Hathors say in the book The Hathor Material that one of the corners of ascension is honoring the elementals. And they recommend chanting their names, El, Ka, Lim, Om. You always want to do that in sets of 4. So repeat that line 4 times. El, Ka, Lim, Om. El, Ka, Lim, Om. El, Ka, Lim, Om. You really want to work on your connection with the elementals. And Osiris is actually in the Egyptian myths. When you pass Osiris, he kind of rules the dead along with Anubis. And he oversees, or he checks on, how did you treat the elementals in your life? Were you respectful of the elements? Did you disregard the elements? So with your manifestations, make sure they are practical, stable, things that will bring you stability, things that will bring you a sense of security. That is where the energies are most aligned with. Also remember to ground and honor the elementals. Now, this might almost sound contradictory when I talk about the energies of Sirius. So, in the Way of Cartouche guidebook, the Sirius card is said to represent universal awareness, and by that, it is meant awareness of other forms of consciousness outside of the earthly plane, which makes sense with the message that we got. Working with our Sirian families to open up and receive what they are sending us. Working with them in our process of manifestation. And the guidebook also talks about how this card represents somewhat of what I would say is an Aquarian energy. That energy of those who are pioneers in their way of thinking, those that are really looking ahead, looking at new ways of doing things, revolutionary ideas, new ways of going about things. Very Aquarian. So while I do recommend that the things that you are looking to create and manifest this month, especially with the full moon, be aligned with something that is going to bring you a sense of stability, safety, groundedness. Don't be afraid to think outside of the box. Don't be afraid to work with that Aquarian energy to bring forth something new, something a little radical, something a little bit weird. Because we're moving into a time, this is the Aquarian age. We're moving into a time where we really need new ideas if humanity is going to survive. The old way ain't cutting it. So work with the Sirian energies Open up to receive. And if you have something that you've been wanting to align with, manifest in your reality, don't be afraid to think outside the box. And if it is outside of the box, that's awesome. Don't try to fit yourself back into that box. No matter what outside influences are telling you, like, how is that gonna work, or how's that practical? If you can dream it, you can create it. If it is aligned with something that is going to bring you a sense of stability and safety, all the better. Work with these energies this week. Call upon the Sirians. The Sirians have been integral in our development as human beings. They are one of our main, how do I want to phrase this? They've been working with us for a long time, a long, long time. Sometimes in ways that were detrimental. They're not perfect. None of the star beings are perfect. Everyone that has worked with us has kind of made an oopsie along the way, because they don't know us. They're like us, but they're unlike us at the same time. They're doing their best. The Sirians represent more of a fatherly energy for us, whereas the Pleiadians represent more of a mothering energy. But the Sirians care for us deeply. So call upon them. They want to work with all of us. If you're watching this video, the Sirians want to work with you. If you've never felt very called to that star system, if you're like, oh, I'm more of a Pleiadian, or I'm an Arcturian starseed, that's cool, that's well and good. But there's so many influences, so many beings of light that we don't even have names for, that don't even have names. A lot of the Sirian groups don't use names. Work with the Sirian energy. It's so present this week. They want to help us. Don't be afraid to call upon them. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Get grounded. Get your feet in some dirt. If you're feeling a little like frantic or feeling the intensity of the full moon, get your feet in some dirt. Work with the water. Like I said in the monthly reading, work with the wind, that air elemental, and honor the fire. Honor your inner fire, that inner spark, that inner passion, that thing that drives you to accomplish your goals, to accomplish your manifestations. So that's all I have for this week. Wishing you guys a beautiful, wonderful week, a beautiful full moon. If you can get under that full moon light this week, definitely do so. Let me know how the week is going. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I'll see you next week for the next weekly reading. Thank you so much again, and namaste.